Your next trip is already at risk and you don't even know it. A cracked suitcase on the tarmac, a zipper sliced open in the train station. The wrong luggage choice won't just slow you down, it will ruin your travel experience. I've tested both the polycarbonate armor and the flexible fabric champions. I've seen the failures, and after flying hundreds of thousands of miles, I discovered the one single absolute rule you need to know before you ever buy another luggage. This is not about price, and no, it's not about brand loyalty. It's about four critical factors that dictate your travel success: durability, capacity, weight, and security. I'm breaking down the ultimate debate: hardshell versus softshell. And then I'll tell you the one rule that ends this argument forever. Let's get into it, starting with the one factor everyone obsesses over: durability. The hardshell looks tough, like an armored tank, and it is great at protecting fragile items inside. We're talking cameras, wine, bottles, souvenirs. But here's the catch: hard shells don't absorb impact, they deflect it. If the impact is too great, polycarbonate or aluminum will crack or dent. They are fantastic at a single hard job, keeping things separate from the outside world. The soft shell is the complete opposite. It's resilient, it has give. When a bag handler throws it, the woven fabrics act like a shock absorber. It might get scuffed or dirty, but it's far from likely to suffer a catastrophic structural failure, like a split shell. The winner here is counterintuitive. Soft shell is more resilient, and hard shell is more protective. So, if you're worried about crushing damage, go hard. But if you're worried about tearing or cracking, go soft. But there's a problem with soft luggage that you must know about before you even think about buying it. And that brings us to capacity. Soft shell is the king of flexibility. The external pockets are a game changer for anything carry-on. Sliding out your tablet at security, grabbing a bottle of water. Plus, most soft shells have a zipper expansion that generously adds 5 to 20% more space, critical for those souvenir hauls. They are designed to overpack and still zip. The hard shell is a container. It's a fixed volume, period. There are no external pockets, forcing you to organize internally, which is actually a pro tip for organization, but a massive con for access. And when you open it up, it requires twice the floor space. If you're traveling in smaller European hotels or smaller Japanese hotels, this alone is a deal breaker. So for quick access, easy expansion, and small space living, the soft shell takes a massive lead. But all of that fabric and those zippers are a liability when considering security. This is the soft shell's Achilles heel, and it's why I almost exclusively check my valuables in a hard shell. A determined thief doesn't need to pick the lock. They can simply puncture and separate the zipper teeth with a ballpoint pen. Or worse, slice the fabric. All of those convenient outside pockets, they become a target. The hard shell is inherently more secure. More modern bags are built with a single seal or zipper that is much harder to breach than a fabric zipper. And the solid shell itself is your best defense against opportunistic thieves. The lock is attached to the body, not to a flexible piece of cloth. Security is a clear win for hard shell. But the added protection comes with a literal cost, the cost of weight, and maybe even overweight baggage fees. Let's look at the numbers. If you are an overpacker, this matters. Soft shells historically wins the weight game because fabric is lighter than a plastic or aluminum shell. But that gap is closing. Modern hard shells made of polypropylene are incredibly lightweight, sometimes even lighter than a fully featured soft shell bag. The real lesson here: do not assume that the soft shell is the lighter bag. You must check the specs. A full-featured soft shell with heavy zippers, large wheels, and multiple pockets can easily outweigh a minimalist polycarbonate hard shell. This comes down to material, composition, not the shell type. Now that we've broken down the four great factors, durability, capacity, security, and weight, you can see why this is such a confusing decision. Both sides are champions and failures. So, how do we decide which one is right for your trip? This is where the one rule comes in. When you're choosing a luggage, you have to think about what the weather is doing to it outside of the airport. Hard shells win on climate protection. They are rigid shells that naturally are water resistant, protecting the contents from rain, snow, and unexpected spills on the tarmac. I like to choose a hard shell luggage when planning trips to humid locations. This could be Central America, the Caribbean, or potentially Asia in the summertime. However, with soft shells, they're just that, fabric. They're going to absorb rain and pick up more dirt and grit. However, soft luggage is often better for cramped destinations. If you're using small public transports, trains, or small shared hotel rooms, the soft shell forgiving shape gives you more of an advantage for storage. And when it comes to choosing a soft shell, I prefer to use this one when going to destinations that aren't so humid. So it could be Asia in the wintertime. Due to it being able to absorb so much of the outside elements, I always like to put a luggage cover over my case just to keep it as pristine as possible. To bring this all home, the one rule is to be loyal to your trip, not your bag. You're balancing durability, capacity, security, and weight against your specific itinerary. First, destination conditions. If you're heading to a high, humid, or wet climate, the hard shell is tighter and provides crucial protection against moisture. The soft shell, with its breathable fabric, is perfect for drier, stable destinations. Second, capacity and accommodations. While the soft shell offers the most flexible capacity with external pockets, remember the hard shell's clamshell design demands twice the floor space to open, a huge factor in small accommodations like trains or tiny hotel rooms. Choose the opening style that respects your space. Third, security and weight. For crushing durability and maximum security, the hard shell wins the check bag game. Or even if you need to use it for carry-on, it still wins. But if every ounce matters, maybe a modern lightweight soft shell. This often gives you the best base weight for avoiding those pesky airplane fees. Now, it's your turn to choose. First, drop a comment below and tell me your next destination and which shell, after weighing all of these factors, is making the journey with you. And second, now that your luggage choice is set, you need to master packing it. So click on the video now showing on your screen to watch my guide on the ultimate packing strategy that saves you time and space. Safe travels, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!